So good morning, good afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are on the planet. My name is Countess. It's 11:30 Eastern Time. It's 8:30 in California, and you can make the adjustment depending on where you are on the planet. This is the next in our series of 7-day-a-week, 30-minute webinars. Actually, we'll be doing these through the end of April, 7 days a week, including Saturday and Sunday. And then in the beginning of May, I'll take a quick break for 4 days, and then I'll come back with a 5-day-a-week plan. For sure, we've got May 5th to the 15th booked, so I encourage you to join me all through the process. My ask of you, if you're joining me for the first time, is make sure that you share the emails that I send, the follow-up emails, let people know about our website where you'll find replays. If you see social media posts, either on our Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube pages, wherever, be sure you share them with people you know so that they can also benefit from exactly what you learned. So like my social pages, if you're not already doing it, I'll show you what those exact pages are later, but go ahead and share my stuff, okay? Let me know the struggles that you are having with marketing, and it doesn't have to be limited to email marketing. If you're not sure where the Q&A and chat boxes disappeared to, move your mouse down to the bottom of the screen, and that will reveal a black bar. Raise your hand and let me know that you're hearing me well. How about it? There we go. Vivian's first in. Brent's there. Robin, Richard, Lori, Ron. Awesome. Okay, great, everybody. Hey, this is a 20-minute version of a 90-minute workshop, so here's what I'm going to teach you over the next 20 minutes. It's how to segment your list to get better results from your emails. You know, one of the most common questions I get about email is, how do I get the opens and clicks to go up? And oftentimes it's based on how you segment your list to make sure that the right people get the right message at the right time. So I'll talk about that. Targeted, relevant emails really are important. Take a look at some of this data. 21% of people unsubscribe because the emails they're getting aren't relevant. 52% are likely to switch brands if communications are not personalized. 6 times personalized emails deliver 6 times higher open rates and transaction rates. 5 to 25 times more expensive to get a new client than to do more business with an existing client. So with that, let's take a look at the agenda. And once again, this is 20 minutes of a 90-minute presentation. So I'm going to go through it pretty quickly. If you want the whole thing, sign up for our longer version. I am doing a longer version of this session. Go to our website and you'll see when those are planned. So we'll take a look at basic strategies to segment your list, how to get your subscribers to self-segment. Isn't that cool? And then how to use data and tools to send relevant emails. My name is Countess. I've got 40 years as a marketer. I'm in my 20th year helping businesses of all sizes grow. And before that, I was a senior marketing executive at 3 Fortune 100 companies. The Countess Group is now in its 20th year. We had our 19th birthday last week. And we help businesses just like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition. We teach you how to target your marketing. Segmenting email lists is one of the ways to do that. In my 40 years as a professional marketer, I've helped people with all sorts of things. Targeting their marketing, helping generate leads, how to get your brand recognized and get people aware of your brand. I've also done a lot in the area of crisis marketing, crisis communications. So, are you ready? Let's go ahead and get things started. The first thing I'll talk about is basic strategies to segment your list. And then I'll talk about how to get subscribers to self-segment and then how to use existing data tools to send relevant emails. You know, in order to come up with the right segmentation strategy for your contacts, you really want to think about what's most beneficial to them. Not every message is going to be relevant to every subscriber. So think about the interests people will have with your products and services and programs or even content. I talked to someone earlier today who's in a very specific niche, and the marketing she had been doing was kind of broad brush. It was sort of a spray and pray. And so one of the things I like to teach our clients is how to really zero in and just send the right message to the right person at the right time. It's easier than you think. First thing is you want to think about the behaviors and actions that your contacts and your customers take. Their actions can tell you a lot about what they're interested in. And there are a few aspects to this. With emails, it may be opens and clicks, and the people who are just simply not engaged, they don't do anything at all. Then you could think about purchases and donations. What did they buy? How much did they buy? If they were making donations, how much did they donate? What are their patterns? Do they donate to your cause once a year, twice a year, every month? Think about that. How about the demographics? That's important too. Think about whether there are different groups of people that you want to create based off of things like age and gender and income and marital status. And then think about psychographics. That has a lot to do with your audience's lifestyle. This segmentation strategy works well for those of you who have niche markets, where things like quality and brand recognition are more important than price. And that happens more often than you might think. And then think about geographic differences. You might want to think about where your current and potential customers are located. And this is also something you want to think about if you have a physical location or even multiple locations that customers will need to visit. So for many of you, it's important to think about how you might use a combination of these strategies. Remember, you want to think about the information that's most relevant to your audience. So depending on your business or organization setup, you may need to think about which combination of these strategies would be most relevant for your audience. So let's think about a couple of examples where segmentation strategies may be combined. For instance, if you are a real estate agent, you might use a combination of demographic, geographic, and behavioral information to segment your list. If you're a restaurant who has multiple locations, you might segment based on behaviors as well as geography. You might have weekly special emails for the certain locations. All right, so let's talk about some time-saving ways to segment your list. All right, are you ready for that? I know a lot of you are sitting down and thinking about, gee, segmenting my list can be really time-consuming. But when you get all your contacts to segment themselves, you'll be able to save a lot of time and effort. After all, time is money, isn't it? So I'd like to start at the top, when someone first joins your list. Let me see a show of hands. How many of you right now have a sign-up form on your website? How many of you have a sign-up form on your website? Raise your hand. Robin does. Terrence does. Okay. And Bo does. Okay, so that's good. This can be a great opportunity to gain some information from your subscribers. And this is where you can ask them what type of content they want to receive from you. If you're using Constant Contact and maybe some of the other tools too, you can add multiple email lists to your sign-up form. And they can choose to sign up for one or all of them. But remember, you want to keep your form as short as possible. So only add 3 or 4 lists for them to choose from. You don't want your sign-up process to be overwhelming. You can always collect more information later on. And let me add one thing. I know that there are some of you who are using MailChimp. MailChimp is a very good platform. But when someone adds their name to multiple lists, that can cost you money. What I mean by that is MailChimp has a program that it's actually called freemium, where it's free up to a certain point. And once you break a certain number, and that's either 2,000 contacts or 12,000 sends during the course of a month, If someone signs up for 5 different email lists that you have, that counts as 5 contacts. Whoa, that's not the case with constant contacts. When someone joins your list for the first time and they get added to multiple lists, you're only charged for the one name, not multiple names. So that's a huge difference between the two platforms. And you can learn from your existing subscribers too. You can get valuable information that helps you to segment your list. And in this case, you'll want to ask them to update their profile form with you. So you can have an update profile tool that people will be able to, when they look down at the bottom of the email, they can sign up for multiple lists. I don't know if you knew about that. So this next one is great because when someone clicks a link in your email, you know that they're interested in that topic. So let's say someone clicks on a link in your email, you can automatically have them get added to a list. That's what we mean in some cases by self-segmentation. People are going to opt into different lists, and then you can market to them separately. I'll give an example of that. I'll talk about it in a few minutes, and I'll run a poll. But here's the thing. I have a situation where I am offering a members-only marketing class. It'll be once a week, every month, and you'll be able to opt in for it. And what I will do when I run a poll later on is I will know exactly who's interested in becoming a member of that private group. And I'll be able to market specifically to them. In fact, if you answer yes to that poll that you're interested, you'll be added to a list that's that I name interested in members only. And you'll get an autoresponder email that gives you a little bit more information about that members only private group. No obligation to sign up. It's just, I want to know if you're interested. And that email you'll get from me will say, okay, what exactly do you want to know? All right. Okay, let me ask you this question. How many of you currently send an email newsletter that includes a few different topics? Go ahead and raise your hand. Lori does. Brent does. Okay, that's a good start. Rachel does. Rachel, I think, is here from Israel. So we have another multinational group here. So several of you do. Well, click segmentation is great to implement in this scenario. You can send a newsletter that adds a link to each topic to read more or to purchase a product or whatever it is, and then send subscriber links on when a subscriber clicks on a link, they'll be added to the respective list. So you'll know that you have an opportunity to market to people on each of those various lists once they opt in. Isn't that cool? So I recommend that you implement self-segment options. That will help you save time and help you learn from your subscribers. And don't forget to use click segmentation to segment based on their actions. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about how to use existing data and tools to send relevant emails. In order to get started segmenting, you're either going to need to find out the information you want or look at any existing data that you have on your contacts. So I want to ask another question here. Go ahead and raise your hand if you initially uploaded your email list of contacts that you imported from another tool. So let's say you were using MailChimp and went to Constant Contact or vice versa. How many of you took your list out of that old tool and stuck it into a new tool? Looks like Brent did it. Okay, so what I want to mention is that many of these programs have a lot of details that are stored about each of your contacts. And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people remove that information when they import to another list. Wow, you really are missing on an opportunity, because when you keep that data and when you import that data into your new program, whatever you're using, whether it's an email marketing program or a CRM, customer relationship management tool, or something else, that's a fabulous opportunity for you to instantly have a segmented list. So When you're importing info or exporting it from another tool and importing it into a different tool, don't delete the info. This is valuable stuff that will help you do a better job of marketing to your audience. Now, if this were the longer version of this class, and remember I said it's a 90-minute class typically, I would be doing a live demo right now. So make sure you look on our website and sign up for the longer version of this session where I will do the live demo for you. I want to share a few other ideas for segments and types of targeted emails you might consider. When someone has had a recent interaction or makes a purchase, it's a good opportunity to follow up with relevant information. In some cases, you might ask for feedback or even share onboarding information. By the way, I'll have an offer in a little while for you to sign up for a new Constant Contact account, and we do offer free onboarding. So it's not that you sign up and good luck to you. It's sign up and we'll get you started so you know exactly what to do. So anyway, this scenario in particular is great to use with email automation tools to simplify the process. Also, you can use the segments tool I talked about to find unengaged contacts for, say, a specific period of time. Maybe somebody hasn't opened any emails from you in 6 months. What a great way to get them re-engaged. You can target them with a special win back message to try to catch their attention. You can try something completely different with them. And then along those same lines, you can also use it to find your most engaged contacts. Who's opening all your emails? That's a great way to learn where you have some nuggets of opportunity to perhaps grow your business. So these are a few of the ways that you can use for yourself to understand and use segmentation in your marketing campaigns. And it's also important to remember that the idea behind segmenting your list is to send the most relevant information possible to your contacts. That's going to increase the chance of them paying attention and actually reading your emails, and that improves your email marketing results. So when you're ready to send an email campaign, you want to choose the appropriate contact list or segment on the scheduling page. Now, I know that many people use click segmentation and other tools, but a lot of people aren't actually following through to send relevant information to their lists or segments. And that's where automation can really help. When you see that people are clicking on various parts of your email and you're setting up special lists, that enables you to stay in touch with them. You'll know exactly what they're interested in. So take advantage of that info, okay? I want you to send targeted, relevant emails when you segment your list, all right? So I want to start to wrap up so I can get to the Q&A session. But before I do, I want to recap a few things. Number one, it's important to start by determining the types or topics of relevant emails you'll need to send. This will help you determine which segmentation strategy you'll want to use. This will help ensure that you're sending information that keeps people engaged and taking action from your emails. Next, I want to make sure that you implement that 3 self-segmentation option strategy that I mentioned a few minutes ago. These are going to save you a lot of time and allow you to collect information that helps your segmentation. And then the last thing I want you to remember is that all of the data you collect in the self-segmentation options over time with your emails is going to help you improve your strategy. You'll learn a lot. That segments tool within Constant Contact allows you to combine pieces of information to create the right groups that you can target with the right information. So if you leave here today and do only one thing, make sure you use click segmentation. That will give you a great start at segmenting your list without a ton of effort from you. And just remember to send targeted, relevant information to the lists you create to improve your results. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention to you that email marketing generates the highest return on investment of any marketing tool you can get your hands on. $42 is what you can expect back for every $1 you spend. Going to show you a case study. I use this one a lot. And by the way, if you have a similar kind of a story that you would like me to tell about your business, let me know that. I've been using this story for such a long time. I love it because these folks have had the most amazing results. But even if your results are even half of this, let me know. Reach out to me and let me use you as a great example of how to market your business. This is a promotional specialties company. They're in Ormond Beach, Florida. That's near Daytona Beach, about 65 miles or so from Orlando, which is where I'm located. And they were running a business that was not too bad, $50,000 a year. They were running it out of their home, and they were using Google AdWords, and their return on investment was zero. And I asked them, I said, tell me about AdWords. And they said, you know, it's been like flushing money down the toilet. So I said, well, why don't you start using email marketing? Just try it out and see if it works for you. And they started with a trial. And here's the video they sent me not long after they started using it.
Hi, I'm Pamela Fay, co-owner of Imprints for Less, founded in 2010. We provide over 1 million products with your logo on them. Everything from bags, pens, cups, anything you can imagine. In our first year, we averaged $50,000 in sales. Business growth was slow in the first 3 years, and in 2013, we started using Constant Contact. With the help of Countess, our business tripled almost immediately. Today, we average over $500,000 in sales annually. Everyone at Imprints for Less would like to thank Constant Contact and Countess. Thanks, Ken.
Now, a couple of notes on that story. Number one, I did mention I like this story. I tell it a lot. I let them tell their own story. And I want to encourage you to be able to tell your own story too. I've got a pretty big list, and this would be a great opportunity for you to promote your own business. That's a pretty good deal. It costs you nothing. But the more important thing is these are people who were open to trying something new, and they have done a fantastic job of using email marketing, and that's now all they use. So you remember I said their business was $50,000 a year. When they sent that video, they had grown to $500,000. Last year, they hit $700,000 a year only using email marketing. And for them, the return on investment is over 300 to 1. They spend $150 a month on their email marketing, and they generate $700,000. So do the math. That's over 300 to 1 return. If you're not using email marketing, or if you're using a freemium like MailChimp that has some limitations, I mentioned one of them. The other is that you can't get help by phone if you need help. You need to pay them $300 a month to get help. With Constant Contact, it's $20 a month to start, but take advantage of this offer. It's completely free. Trial.com gives you 60 days free. It's the entire package. You can send to 100 people for as much as you want for the 2-month period. And if you use this URL and it says, whoa, you've already got an account, that simply means you signed up for one some time ago. If that's the case, just stick a different email address in there, and you'll be able to change it to whatever you want later on. One of the email addresses that maybe you don't use all the time, or you reserve it for certain use. If you don't want to do that, just email me and we'll set up an account for you with whatever email address you want. I encourage you to use it. You'd be amazed at what email will do for you if you just simply use it. So as I begin to wrap things up, whatever you need to market your business, we can help you with. Whether it's email, maybe you need a website, maybe your website's just not performing well, maybe you want some help with marketing automation or social media ads, whatever it is you need, we can help you. Now, I've got 3 action items for you to do this week. Are you ready? Here's number 1. Take a look at your marketing. Is it delivering the results that you need to succeed? Ask yourself that question. Number 2, schedule a consultation with me. Go on my website and sign up. And then while you're there, sign up for our events too. And number 3, sign up for the tools that will help you grow your business. Email is one of them. If you go over on the right side of the website, when you go to our homepage, on the right side is a button that says offers. And there are, I think I have 5 free offers up there now. So you can try just about any kind of software that you might be thinking about to grow your business. And there's a video at the top that helps explain to you what this whole notion of a customer life cycle is. That's an important concept for you to know, because for many of us, the products and services we offer are not an impulse buy. And so many people I talk to say, you know, I sent out an email and I didn't get a result. Well, you have to do it more than once. You have to build a relationship with people. So watch that 3-minute video that's on the website. Again, it's under the Offers tab, and it's also under the second tab on the page, which is Keep SE Pro Offer. There's a free deal up there. You get your first month of Keep CRM for free, and then it's $99 a month. All the details are spelled out on the website. All right, I'm going to Q&A. This is the time to throw your questions and comments into the chat box and the Q&A box. If you can't find where they are, move your mouse to the bottom of the screen. That will reveal the chat and the Q&A. My name is Ken Countess. I'm Managing Director of the Countess Group. We help businesses just like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition by teaching you how to do targeted marketing. We are full service. We can help you with just about anything you need to market your business. Why might you hire us? We've got a team of 30 people ready to help you with over 40 years of marketing experience. So we can coach you or we can do it for you. And I mentioned earlier, you'll be able to find us all over the web. Here's where you'll find us. Okay, on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram, YouTube, any place you might think. Okay, so I just put a poll up there. I want to know if you're interested in that membership, and just go ahead and put your answer in. And if you are interested and we haven't sent you a follow-up email on this before, you'll get an autoresponder. This is actually segmentation at its finest. You will have self-selected to say, yeah, I'm interested. And I'll send an email to you using automation that says, oh, so-and-so is interested. So if for no other reason, you might want to say, gee, well, how does this automation thing work? Hey, I have an ask of you. And that ask is to make sure that you share my emails and my social posts and like my social pages. But really, be sure that you take time to absorb and practice what I've taught you today. And call me if you have any questions. And we'll get through all this challenging time simply by working together. I present these 30-minute long webinars every day, 7 days a week until April 30th. I'll take a couple of days break and then we'll come back and do it 5 days a week, beginning on May 5th for some period of time. We'll see how long that one lasts. So we'll go into Q&A. I'll check the Q&A and the chat boxes. And while I'm doing that, check out our replays and our upcoming events and our free trials, and schedule a consultation with me if you haven't done one before, and more. And it's all on our website at thecountessgroup.com. All right, let me go check the Q&A and chat boxes. Give me just a second here. Okay, so we have a few questions. And we've got something in the Q&A too. Awesome. Boy, you guys are great. And gals. I use guys generically. So Rachel asks, Hey, what type of advice for newsletters when sending to international resellers whom target their own large clients? Okay, so if I understand your question correctly, Rachel, what you want to do when you're marketing to international resellers, and what I'm guessing is that you're marketing a product that's going to international resellers and they're selling to their own, maybe more local, geographically dispersed clients. Send them information that's educational, that's valuable, that helps them learn more about your product and helps them market your product to their customers. I hope that helps. And I hope I'm answering the question that you actually asked. What types of offers can I offer, she says. They make money off the licenses. Okay, so tell me how you make money. Do you sell a product and then they sell licenses to your product? Is that how it works? Yes, okay. So what types of offers can I offer? You can offer them an incentive for selling more of your product. So maybe they get a $5, I don't know what the price point is, but let's say, for example, maybe it's a $100 license that they're selling, and maybe you spiff them with an additional $5 for every license they sell. Software, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the way many of these software companies operate, is they will do a spiff on the specific product that they want to market that month or week or year or whatever. So yeah, spiff them with something or send them something that will help them either be more profitable, or maybe it's a video that can help them sell more. Maybe if they reach a certain threshold, maybe there's some sort of a reward package where if they typically would sell 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 licenses in the course of a month, and you'd like them to sell 50, maybe if they hit a threshold of maybe in 1 month they sell 20 or 30 or 40, you can increase the reward that they get. Maybe they get paid a higher percentage, or maybe a higher dollar amount, or maybe they hit a threshold and they get a bonus of $100 or something like that. Okay. Ron says, for Rachel, offer the customer a column discount. I'm not entirely sure what that is. So maybe Rachel understands it. Michael says, what do you mean click in parts of your emails? Can tools identify where in the email a customer or prospect clicks? Yes, Michael, you can tell exactly which link they are clicking on. And by virtue of that, they can automatically be added to a certain list. I do that all the time. When there are links in my email, I know exactly who's clicked on which link, but they automatically get assigned to a certain list. So let's say, for example, in the most recent email that I sent out, I had an option to sign up for a free trial of Constant Contact, of Keep, and of Zoho. And I could tell who clicked on each of those links, and they automatically got assigned to their own list. So let's say, for instance, someone clicked on the Zoho trial link or on the Keep trial link. Then I have the automation set up to do a follow-up, which basically says, hey, thanks for your interest in this product. Here's more information for you. Because once again, for many of our products and services, I'm using our collectively, all of us that are on this webinar, it's typically not an impulse buy. You got their interest, now you want to automatically follow up. You don't want to have to do it manually. Let's say you have a list of 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 people. If 50 people click on the link, you don't want to have to manually go in there and do the follow-up. The software does the follow-up for you. At the very least, it assigns them to the list so you know exactly what they're interested in. Update for Rachel. Ron says it was a volume discount, not a column discount. So a volume discount. And she says, Ron, that makes sense. Thanks. Oh, okay. Good. All right. So I think we're all set on that one. Any other questions? I don't see any yet. We'll wait one more minute. Okay. All right, so once again, we have webinars every single day, 11:30 in the morning US Eastern Time. You can make the adjustment in your local time zone, 7 days a week. So thank you everybody for joining me, and I look forward to having you attend another one of our upcoming events. Bye for now.